Hey, what's happening out there, everybody? I hope you're all fantastic. I want to thank you, as always, for taking the time to swing by the channel and catch a video. Today, we're talking about this biopic that's been circulating on the film festival circuits for this year. It's called Official Secrets from director Gavin Hood. Keira Knightley stars in this one as Catherine Gunn, a member of British intelligence that exposed a top-secret memo from the NSA that pretty much uncovered a joint US-UK illegal spy operation that was designed to strong-arm certain undecided member states in the UN into voting for war, which would eventually lead to the 2003 invasion of Iraq. To be honest, when I sat down for this film, I was kind of expecting the usual political and government-themed biopic. The cast, I gotta say, really did look phenomenal on paper, but it's often hard to tell how much of an impact certain characters are going to actually have in these based on real-life stories. However, I gotta say, in this one, it really captivated my attention from start to finish. It posed many questions of morality to myself as I thought about what my actions and decisions would be had I been placed in Gunn's position. I think this was able to create that mental investment in the storyline and with a steady pace and just fantastic performances all around. The result was an unassuming biopic that was just brimming with emotional intrigue. I enjoyed the organization of the script and how it was able to frame up the narrative. We meet Catherine Gunn early on and we get a quick glimpse of her life outside of her workplace. We are shown the true passion that she has for the people of her country, one that is much more important to her than her actual country's government policies. I think this is really a key part of what moves the plot, and I think the writing did a good job of conveying her mindset without overemphasizing it to the point of making this person seem self-righteous. This was a person that just had a strong belief system in what she thought was right and wrong, and that doesn't sway throughout the story, which really, to me, just makes her impossible not to invest in, despite really whether or not you agree with what she did. The progression of the story overall is pretty grounded. Nothing feels glamorized, and I think this makes everything feel that much more compelling with weight and ramifications to it. I mean, putting yourself in the position of Catherine Gunn to imagine what you would do. Would you leak the information to try and stop a war, knowing the effects and just the ramifications that it could have on your life? I think these are things that I pondered many times throughout, which was pretty fascinating. And I mean, even Gunn was unaware of the true scope of what she was getting into by releasing this information. And to me, this subtle underlying theme in the story is just what really makes her so just down to earth and easy to connect with. There was a common everyday naivete to the character that kind of just made her feel like a real person. I mean, she thought it through with rationale, but not enough in thinking that this would not be a global story. She's quickly in way over her head, and the emotional trauma that this put on Gunn was just something that Knightley captured brilliantly through her performance. Gunn didn't shy away from what she did. She stood up to it. She's willing to pay the price for it, and I think how this inspired her law team was another aspect of this film that I thought was excellently developed, but in a very unassuming way by the script. The dialogue is very concise without a lot of wasted minutes and conversations, and it created a continual flow. It tells the story seemingly as it is without trying to infuse it with melodrama, and it really makes the movie such a captivating ordeal to see unfold. Overall, the supporting cast was fantastic, with each one being able to leave a lasting impression with their characters despite the sizes of their roles. Matthew Good, Ralph Fiennes, Matt Smith, and Indira Varma all felt perfectly just cast for their roles. I thought Reese Fonz came in with a great performance in a much smaller part as well, and overall I gotta say everybody created a great ensemble to surround Knightley, who was the clear star. She was sincere, honest, and determined. She also was scared and fearful for the ramifications of her actions, and Knightley's just performance captured all of this with a subtle energy that just results in great cinematic intrigue. Some drawbacks to this one, I say, would be just the simplistic overall visual aesthetic of the movie. It just looks and flows like a lot of other similar films to it. I know the story itself is different in all these movies, but it just felt like the organization of the subplots as well as their progression was kind of fitted into a template that has been done before. That doesn't mean this one isn't capable from a technical aspect, because it certainly is. It's a crisp, it's a polished film. The production design, the lighting, and the framing of many shots all were very capable, but they were also kind of familiar, and I think down the road the lack of its own artistic styling could kind of cause it to get lost in the mix. But I would say those are kind of small nitpicks because the story in this one is a fascinating one that I really enjoyed watching and learning more about. So I gotta give Official Secrets a solid 90% on the entertainment meter. For what it wanted to accomplish, it succeeded. It had me compelled from start to finish. It doesn't stick around too long. I think Knightley really showcases her acting talents in this one and carries the movie like she was needed to, with a performance that won't really blow you away, but one that is really just perfectly suited for this role, making it a movie that I recommend checking out. Now for today's My Silver Screen recommendations, I'm going to be selecting Eye in the Sky, another film from director Gavin Hood, Snowden from 2016 starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt with a similar theme to this one, and finally a great film from 1999 called The Insider starring Russell Crowe and Al Pacino that also has a similar premise to this one. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys, share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.